What's going on, guys? Andrew Pillicocki here, back again with another video. Now, I apologize for the way that this video is being set up. Unfortunately, my computer decided it is no longer going to work, so I'm filming this on my phone, and I can't show you guys any of the information that I really want you guys to see, which really does suck. That's why my video is late. I've been trying to figure this out for the past 10-15 minutes. I'm very irritated, but the Leafs made a move, and if it doesn't look significant on the surface, it is a significant deal. Make sure to go watch Downtown Sports video. His video should be up pretty soon. Maybe it's already up, I'm not sure. But he's also going to go into detail. Him and I were just talking. I'm going to try to explain to you guys as much as possible without graphics and stuff like that. But I do have my own opinions on this, so make sure to subscribe if you're new and check out my other videos because the quality is much better than this. Let me tell you that. So Riley Nash, the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired him from the Columbus Blue Jackets for a conditional 7th round pick. Now, the conditions on that are based off of how the Leafs perform in the playoffs, and I believe it's on games played, whatever. But Riley Nash is injured right now. He is going to be going on long-term injured reserve. So basically, what the Toronto Maple Leafs did is similar to what they did with David Clarkson. They needed to get to the cap floor, or the cap, sorry, not the cap floor, the cap ceiling, so 81.5. So basically, they acquired his contract because he's injured. He is going to go on long-term injured reserve. Now, the difference between his contract and the salary cap, like, there's a difference. Again, I'm not going to try to explain it without graphics. It really sucks. All I can do, the best way I can explain this to you in the easiest way possible, is that the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired him to get to the max that they can spend, the 81.5, and then the rest would be above the cap. But since he's going to LTIR, long-term injured reserve, they are going to be able to spend that money technically. And now they could also put Frederik Andersen on LTIR, which it looks like they put him on retroactive long-term injured reserve, which means that his money will be going on to there. So it effectively means the Leafs could have $7 million of cap space. Now, because it's retroactive that he was on long-term injured reserve, it means from the time that he got injured all the way up until whenever that ends, and that's 26 days that you're supposed to be spending on there. So let's say that ends on Monday on the deadline. The Leafs technically could say, okay, well, he's still hurt and he's going to be out for the rest of the year, and spend that money. So they could technically use like $7 million or just under. It could be, I think it's between $6 and $7 million. So they have options. They can spend that money and make this team much better. If they don't, maybe Freddie Andersen comes back and they're fine. They don't have to really do anything. Riley Nash is actually a really effective defensive player. So he would be on the 4th line. He'd be killing penalties. So in the playoffs, he can play as well if he's healthy. So that would be a good addition. And there's no cap space, or sorry, there's no cap ceiling, like what you can spend to in the playoffs. So the Leafs can have him on the roster and it won't matter. It's completely fine. And that's why they can acquire more players if they also put Freddie Andersen on there, if they extend his long-term injured reserve stay, which is something that they might do if they acquire a Taylor Hall or another player up to $5 to $7 million. So his cap hit, by the way, Riley Nash, it's only for this year, $2.75 million. And again, that will be going on long-term injured reserve. So that way the Leafs can use that additional money to spend on other parts for their team. Now, Pierre LeBrun also tweeted out about this. Freddie Andersen went on retroactive LTI today, which is what I was talking about, which doesn't necessarily mean anything long-term given the time he's missed. But again, the Leafs can extend that if they do believe they're going to make another move, and if he's actually injured, which would obviously be by the rule book. Now, Chris Johnston also tweeted this out, just so that way you guys don't think I'm making this stuff up. None of Riley Nash's 2.75 salary/cap hit was retained. The Leafs have placed him on LTI and will gain additional cap space since he's done for the regular season, and they've added some depth for the playoffs. It's a genius move on the part of Brandon Pridham, Kyle Dubas. It just basically means they're going to be getting more money for them to spend in, towards the playoffs, which is really awesome. And again, it's a good depth piece for when the playoffs roll around, and if he's healthy, that's really good. But again, if they do put Freddie Andersen on LTIR as well, they are getting the chance to spend that money. It's insane. They basically, without even doing the stuff with Freddie Andersen, would acquire up to over, I think it's over $1 million in cap space. So with retained salary, everything like that, the Leafs are still in a position to add even without putting Freddie Anderson on LTIR and extending him to be able to stay on there. But it just means that Kyle Dubas, Brandon Pridham, Brendan Shanahan, they're all just ready to make another move if they have to. If this makes sense for them to go out there and spend, another $5 to $7 million, if they feel like they can go out there and get somebody, Freddie Anderson will be placed, continue to be placed on LTIR, and then they'll have him healthy in the playoffs, hopefully. If they don't acquire another goaltender, and even if they do, they could have 3 goaltenders. Basically, the best way to sum this up is this is a money move. It's just a move that the Leafs needed to make to acquire a little bit more money. So I really hate the fact that I wasn't able to show you guys graphics and other stuff like I usually do, and this isn't exactly the best setup and the best audio and whatever, but hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant about this little trade video. Again, make sure to go watch Downtown Sports video because he'll be able to show you guys a little bit more. Unfortunately, I'm just not in the position. It sucks. I don't know why I spend money on this stuff and then it just decides to not work on me. It's bothering me. So I am going to try to go and fix this immediately because I kind of need it, and I'm going to post this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Peace.